The Taliban is now in control of Afghanistan. In a stunning turn of events, the extremist militant group has retaken the capital of Kabul with a speed few anticipated and little resistance from Afghan security forces. Many surrendered or fled their posts. It comes 2 decades after U.S. troops drove the Taliban out of the city in the wake of the terror attacks of 9/11. Tens of thousands of American, NATO, and Afghan lives lost in the 20-year war. Disorder, chaos, and confusion on the ground today following the collapse of its Western-backed government. Panicked crowds can be seen flooding the tarmac earlier today at Kabul's Hamid Karzai International Airport. Video showing those desperate to escape Taliban rule clinging to the fuselage of a U.S. military aircraft as it prepared to leave the runway. The Pentagon now pausing all flights, military or civilian, in and out of Kabul as President Biden sends in thousands of troops to secure the airport and evacuate U.S. citizens, even as the United States plans to withdraw military forces by next month. The Biden administration defending its decision, claiming the military would have been vulnerable to Taliban attacks if the U.S. didn't follow through on a deal brokered under President Trump for forces to leave the country. Well, Congressman Tom Malinowski has been imploring the Biden administration to secure evacuations and protect those still on the ground. He joins me now. Congressman, I have to start, of course, just with your reaction to what's unfolding right now.
I'm incredibly sad and upset about it. I think it was avoidable, but we are where we are. And my focus has been on trying to save as many people as we can out of this terrible situation. I've been in touch with a lot of people on the ground, hearing terrible stories and cries for help. And I've been urging the administration to do what is necessary to make sure that everybody who bet on the future that we promised in Afghanistan, who is at least within Kabul, within reach of our ability to get them out, is gotten out.
Based on what you know, Congressman, how long can U.S. officials maintain control of the airport? And are you concerned about folks who have helped U.S. troops in the past, whether it be as interpreters, folks with those specialized visas, as being targets now of the Taliban?
We have promised to take out first and foremost American citizens in Afghanistan, and there are thousands left. Afghans who worked for our embassy and various missions there, those who helped our military as translators and in other ways, and a broad range of Afghans who are likely to be particularly targeted by the Taliban, including journalists, women's rights leaders, human rights leaders, students and staff at the American University, many, many others. And yes, absolutely, a lot of these people are on a Taliban list. And right now, what we've got to do is secure that airport and then bring as many of those people as possible to the airport and hold on to it so that they can stage there until we can get aircraft in and out for all of them. That's going to take some time. It's going to take some determination on our part. It's going to take more troops than we had there before Joe Biden ordered this withdrawal, but that is the only way to keep our promise.
Yeah, well, and of course, we've known that the withdrawal was coming. What could have been done differently? Was there any way that U.S. officials could have predicted that this would devolve so quickly?
It was certainly known that this was a possible contingency. The administration and the military have acknowledged that. So long as we were determined to leave, I'm not sure if there was an easy way to leave without this kind of chaos. You know, my preference would have been that we would have stayed, frankly, that we would have kept the very small force we had there, which enabled thousands of European NATO troops and many more thousands of international contractors to enable the Afghans to fight for their country. But I think once the decision was made to leave effectively on the schedule that Donald Trump set, then I think some kind of disaster was inevitable.
What are you hearing from those trying to get out?
I'm hearing that it's getting harder to get to the airport. That's what concerns me. I've heard about women leaders, for example, who have been viciously beaten close to the airport. I've heard that people who want to leave are saying that they probably need to get rid of their passports and ID documents because they're worried that if they're caught with those IDs on the way to the airport, they will again get on the Taliban's list. Again, what I've been urging the administration to do is secure the darn airport and call literally everybody on our list. They have a list of people to be evacuated, and tell them to come to the airport, even if they're going to have to sit there in tents eating MREs for the next 3 weeks, waiting for a plane to come.
Congressman Tom Malinowski, thank you for your time. We'll let you get back to it. We know you have a lot of work ahead of you. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.